quite a quarter. You raised guidance as well. Given this is a market where so many people are uncertain about what's going on, what demand looks like, what gives you the confidence to look into the coming quarter and say it's going to be strong? How much of that is because you're 70+% domestic and where your sales are coming from and don't have to deal with some of this overseas uncertainty as much?
Well, thank you, John. Always a pleasure to talk to you, even if it's only by phone. And thank you very much for the question. Yes, we had a fantastic quarter. Our results were up 34% year over year, and we showed very good strength on all the margin lines, and we did raise guidance for the year. So thank you for giving that context. We just continue to pick up market share. We have a very strong set of products. As you know, we spoke a few months ago about the strength we had in AI. And many of our customers were asking for the kinds of values that we bring them on-premise into the cloud as well. And that's what we announced with our cloud launch, starting with AWS, is that we're going to be able to provide them the same set of services and capabilities and high availability and strong performance for their data analysis, both in the cloud and on-premise, and allow them to choose where they want to place their applications based on their own economic reality. So we were very pleased with that. We're seeing good take-up by our customers. And, in terms of U.S. and overseas expansion, we are seeing actually good expansion overseas. We're up about 2% year over year in terms of the ratio of non-U.S. and U.S. Sales, and Europe's been in particular, very strong for us. So, we continue to see good expansion around the world.
Charlie, a theme that keeps coming up in my conversations with executives like you who are dealing in this data center transformation and cloud environment is the age-old enterprise concern about lock-in seems to be back as strong as ever. Microsoft, Adobe, SAP trying to push this open data initiative. You've got Salesforce with MuleSoft talking about being able to do transport between clouds. It's even been part of IBM's messaging behind this move to acquire Red Hat. How much do you expect all of the cloud players to have a story around the customer owning the data and being able to move it around more easily versus being locked into a specific cloud?
Well, that is a very major concern of all of our customers. But I think it's not going to be possible for any individual cloud player to be able to provide, a movable data environment. They each have their own unique architectures, and whether it's because I'm trying or not, they're going to have different architectures from one another that creates that lock-in. I think it's going to be up to third parties, such as ourselves or Red Hat or others, to create a common environment among the clouds. So that's exactly what we launched, starting with AWS, eventually moving on to others, which is the same data environment, whether it's on-prem or in the cloud, that allows the applications to be able to move from one to the other, so-called hybrid cloud environment, and have exactly the same kind of access and services on their data as it would on-prem.
Charlie, it's Morgan Brennan here. I want to switch gears for just a moment and get your thoughts on the fact that the Commerce Department yesterday said it's seeking public comment on whether there are certain emerging technologies that are essential to the national security of the U.S., basically considering the possibility of export controls on things like AI and other advanced technologies. Good idea or bad idea?
Well, the government, I think, always has to keep tabs on it. The question is how far it goes. And I think that overreaching in terms of what's really strategic to the U.S. and what is not is really the important criteria. So we'll leave it to the experts, but my view is that some of the technologies are indeed strategic. We have to be careful, but there's a lot that can come under that rubric that really are not that important. And keeping open borders in general is very good for business, and I think good for the U.S.